You make me feel like the president, Julie. Okay.
He said one word. It's important.
No, he said a bit.
Okay, just having a look at, as I just mentioned, item 22 on the business contract, looking at compensating the purchaser for what they're going to have to pay in long service with the because the vendor has had the benefit of their service for a number of years, and so the estimates you're going to put there are going to reflect that. Now, just coming on to items 25 and 26. Okay. Now, you did contract law last semester, did you not?
No.
Mm-hmm. You didn't do it last semester?
No.
Oh. Well, you've done it already, haven't you? Before you've done this. Well, that's all I needed to know, whether it was last semester or last year. I don't care. Now, item 25 and 26 are what are called restraint of trade clauses. Okay. Now, for restraint of trade clauses to be valid, Jane, you did it with me last semester, no pressure. They have to be what? And Michael, you did it too with me last semester.
What are we looking at?
Yes, we're on items 25 and 26.
Yeah.
So, restraint of trade clauses have to be what? To be
Reasonable.
Thank you, Bo. Thank you. So they have to be reasonable. Now, what they've attempted to do in this clause, items 25 and 26, is that it's effectively, this is what's called a ladder clause. Okay? So the idea behind it, Bo?
What was that word you said? Or what clause?
Ladder clause.
Ladder.
Ladder clause. Okay? So the idea behind it is what, Bo? You remember this?
Yes.
No pressure.
We'll call workforce strategy. Okay, so whatever you think not suitable, the more suitable costs will come into effect. So in the end, there's one cost that is going to be deemed reasonable by the court.
Good. Hopefully there'll be one clause which will be deemed reasonable by the court. Okay, because if it's too wide, then the clause will be void and unenforceable. Okay, so hence in those clauses you start off big and you come down low because you're hoping to make sure that at least one of them is going to be valid. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, guys. Well, you can. There you go. All right. I will leave that at that. Okay. Yeah. Now on item 23 and 24, right? Minimum claim amount and a maximum claim amount, which is referring you to clause 13. So let's have a look at clause 13 in the contract.
Oh, I was looking at the description.
No. So clause, no, that's item 13.
Oh, sorry. As in, sorry, the description, you mean, the
clause
definition.
13. Yeah, well, no, it's telling you, isn't it? So when you look at item 23, it's referring you to the relevant clause 13. Limitation of claims, that's it. I'm not going to go into the details, we're not going to get into details, but it's a limitation of claims.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So the parties are given the option there to limit monetary claims. Okay, so let's go back to the schedule. Okay. All right. Now, the minimum claim amount is, in my view, is designed to try and stop lots of piddly little claims. You know, $50 for this accrual hasn't been paid for, or vice versa, on the adjustments. And so, you know, we might want to have an amount that will make sure that the claims are put in. You know, if there are small claims, they're going to be put up. They're going to be dealt with in one go. All right. Whereas a maximum claim amount might be, for example, is a limitation clause in the sense that the parties, if they're going to be suing or making a claim, may be limited on how much they can claim under the contract. Unless we've got instructions to the contrary, all right, the default position there would be the 100%. All right? We've got no instructions. So if we have got instructions, then, you know, if they're happy to have, you know, a certain maximum amount that can be claimed in the contract, both of the parties,
this one here,
then you'd put that down. Yeah, if you look at Schedule 2, which has the purchase price, which the contract is going to be subject to, on the instructions it says $100,000, doesn't it? Subject to finance of $100,000. But the way in this particular contract, the way the purchaser's finance in Schedule 2.2 is set out, it doesn't give you the ability to put $100,000. Now, why they did that in this contract, I don't know. Okay? It'd be very simple to have a little gap there, just like you saw with the residential contracts, to have a little gap there saying where you put the amount in. Okay? They haven't done that in here. So going by this contract, if we were just doing that, the options are you leave it as it is, and in the specimen example, that's what I've done, so you can see this issue. The easier thing, which you could also do, is just where it says the purchaser is financially agreeing to grant a loan to the purchaser, you could write there for $100,000, okay, and both parties could initial it. But that would be the simpler attitude, or you could write a special condition just basically saying that and referring. But at the moment, the way this contract is actually prepared, haven't got the option to put the amount there. Okay. It's interesting why they did that. I don't know why they did that. Okay, good night, everybody.